I will begin in Margaree, Cape Breton, when I was 16. I was the fifth child of a family of 8 born to James Murphy and Julia Cody. At that time, our country school was closed and no further education was available. I left home and my first job was in a coal mine. There, for 2 years, I spent almost 50% of my life underground and doing the job of a grown man. Naturally, my mother kept in touch with me and seemed to think that I could do better. She had a first cousin, Dr. Jimmy Tompkins, who was vice president of St. Francis Xavier College, and another cousin, Dr. Moses Cody, a professor in the same college. So she arranged with them so that I got into the college to complete high school. I started the first year of college when the First World War broke out. As a result, the Royal Military College of Canada was permitted to send students depending on the college enrollment. St. Francis Xavier was allowed to send 1 student. I was picked to go. My Army career began in August 1915. I got a commission as lieutenant and went to England as a platoon commander in April 1916. I asked for active duty in France and joined the 46th Battalion Canadian Infantry on their way to the Somme front in September 1916. I was junior officer of 7 in C Company, 46th Battalion, when we were sent to the Somme.
October 25th, 1916. My dear father, I am leaving for the front this evening. Don't worry about me. I'll have as good a chance of coming out as anyone. I am your loving son, Jim.
After the Somme offensive, we came out of the line for a month and got our battalion up to strength again. We then went in the line on Vimy Ridge. I had C Company and spent Christmas 1916 in the trenches on Vimy Ridge.
January 9th, 1917. Dear Father, the last trip in the line, I had charge of our company. We were shelled pretty heavy a couple of times and had several casualties. One in particular, which I cannot forget. A young chap from our company was hit in the legs with what we call a dud. That is a shell which does not explode. It took off one leg just below the hip and almost took off the other a little lower down. It was evident to himself, and the company as well, that he could not live long. We put him on a stretcher and began to carry him out. He said for us to cover his legs so it would not sicken the other lads. Bid us all goodbye with a smile and asked us not to tell his mother how he was hit. Just say that he was killed at once. He told them to lay him down and have a rest, as it was only a matter of time.
In February 1917, my company was called upon to raid the German lines. I was to command the company from our battalion, the 46th. I was in the German third line trench when I got hit with shrapnel.
February 16th, 1917, Ottawa. Night letter to James M. Murphy, North East Margaree, Cape Breton. Sincerely regret to inform you, Lieutenant James Arthur Murphy, Infantry, officially reported wounded February 13th, 1917. Will send further particulars when received. Signed, Officer in Charge of Record Office, Department of Public Works, Dominion of Canada.
My left arm was badly smashed. However, I remained in the German lines until we got our men back to our lines.
Base Hospital, France, February 26th, 1917. My dear Father, I have A1 treatment, and my arm is doing as well as could be expected. I do not suffer much. After a few days, I will be sent back to England. I must thank God for coming out this well. Don't let me give you a minute worry. I am your loving son, James Murphy.
I was recommended for the Military Cross, which I received in July 1917 at Buckingham Palace from King George V, and with the best of care came out of the hospital in July of 1919 with a very good arm. I'm now retired from a factory job and live in Michigan with my wife. So much for an old soldier who will gradually fade away.